Hello, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Let's see, what time is it? It is 10 o'clock. And I am so sorry. I have been MIA all day. And I don't even know if this video will go up today or not. It might not go up till tomorrow morning, which will be Friday. Yeah. I had a problem with my phone today, and it had taken up a whole bunch of storage, and we couldn't figure out why. And so I had to work with that pretty much all day to try and figure out, because I just couldn't think about anything else other than what I had to do this morning, which was get a video out, and I did, but I couldn't upload it because I didn't have enough storage and I couldn't figure out why. So I worked on all the other things that I had to do. So, and then I had a 3-signature journal that I was tying in, and I tied in the first signature and the second signature, and I went to tie in the third signature and realized the first two were upside down. So anyway, I took a nap. And then I had dinner, and yeah, spent the day with John. He had it off today, so it was really a nice day. He went out and did the mailing very early this morning. He was gone by 9 o'clock, and then came back with Happy Mail, which I'm really fortunate that I opened off camera because I got some Happy Mail from some people. One of which was from you, Lori Hamill, if you're watching. And if you do that again, you'll be in big trouble, because I'm just so thankful I opened it off video, because yeah, I don't usually do that. I usually open it while I am videoing when I get Happy Mail, but I am really, really glad that I didn't. And I'll show you all that at the end of the video if I have a chance. I also got some very nice Happy Mail from other people as well. So while we're working on today's project, I'll tell you about the book journal that we're going to be working on and some other housekeeping things that I have going on. So today we're going to make this real cutie. It's not my original idea. I've put a couple of different spins on it, but it actually comes from, let me just look in my notes because it was a while ago. And I happened to pull her out to put in a different journal, a book journal, and a journal for my daughter, who loves reading, and I made her a reading a journal regarding reading books. But just let me look at my notebook really quick because I know she's in here somewhere. Okay, this came from the Graphic Fairies, and her name is Terri, and she has, I don't know if she has a YouTube channel or not, but I watched her on the Graphic Fairies. She goes by Gypsy Maggie Pie. I met her originally on Graphic Fairies, and ironically, I met her today on Instagram. She started following me on Instagram, and I thought, wow, that's weird, because I just pulled out something that she had made that I had watched and made months ago. So anyway, so I thought, oh, how fun would that be to make for our upcoming, little book that we'll be making. And I did choose a book. Oh, well, let me just show you what we're going to make today first. So what it is, it's a Bookmark tag book with 2 little inserts in it that you can journal. So it opens like this, and you have some signatures tied in here, and then it opens like this and like this, and I have my little spins on it. This isn't exactly how she did it, but you know me. And then you have a little journal book here that I actually tied a little closure on here. So yeah, so that's what we're going to make today. You do not have to put the closure on this. This was actually, I had to put a closure on this, and I'll tell you why. Because when I went to put the grommet in, hold on, when I went to put the grommet in here, I punched it and it actually caught right here somehow. I'm not sure how it did that, but it did. And it made a little teeny tiny hole and it bothered me. And I didn't know what else to do, so I put a ribbon there. So there you go. Happy mistake. And it's only got, I think it's 3 pieces of paper. This is just some coffee stained paper. I mean tea stained. I don't use coffee. And then some blue stained paper and then some blue paper. And this comes from my friend Jacqueline at SouvenirdelaFrance. This is a digital of hers. And the rest comes from the Graphic Fairies. And then it's on my blue stained paper. And then I put it on file folder. However, I felt like it was really heavy for what we're going to be making, or even to send in a Happy Mail. It is kind of heavy. It's even kind of heavy on the file folder with all the paper for your journal. So it would be great on its own for, like, everybody always says, you know, throw it in your purse, but I don't carry a purse. But anyway, you could. I mean, for sure, but it would be just a sweet, you know, something sweet to keep on your desk or on your nightstand to write little notes in or what have you. And I just put a little bit of lace on the side. This is very antique lace, and I don't have a lot left of it, but I had used it in one of my journals going back a little bit, and I had it in my scrap bin, and I thought, oh, that would look really pretty because it's got some blue on it. And then I just put a little ribbon on it, and there you go. So that's it. So here are the measurements if you'd like to take a screenshot or what have you. Write it down in your notebook. It is 9.5 inches across. So this way by 7 inches this way. Okay? So it's 7 inches down by 9.5 wide. And then we're going to score at 2 1/4, 2 3/8, 2 1/2, and 2 5/8. Okay? So that's all you do. And the reason why is because when we fold it, we need that space there so that it doesn't, you know, so it folds nice. Okay? So there it is again, like that. Okay? So, and I'll give you another look at that at the end if we can. And then I put just a little circle there, and then I keep this in with my templates. So that's that. And then the little booklets that go inside are 7 inches long, of course, 7 inches tall. So you cut them 7 by 4 and then fold them in half. So they become 7 by 2. So 7 by 4 for the inserts. And then 7 by 4 are the inserts, and you need 2. So you'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of paper, 7 by 4. And then you'll need 7 by 9.5, and then we're going to, you know, then you're going to score it at all of those. The 2 1/4, the 2 3/8, the 2 1/2, and then this will be 2 5/8. You're not going to score that. That's just how big that piece is. So 2 1/4, 2 3/8, and 2 1/2. And all you have to do really is do 2 1/4. This is how I do it because I'm not a math person. I do 2 1/4, score it, then I push it up against my, you know, here, and I'll score 2 3/8 because it's just easier for me. And then I push it back up against the 2 on my scoreboard. I mean, against the edge of my scoreboard, and I score 2 1/2 again. It's just the easier way, and I don't know. For me, it's easier because I'm always tired, and I just don't like numbers. Easy numbers like 2, 2 1/2. But the 8ths, the 16ths, and all that, no, that's why I don't do creative memories anymore. Excuse me, I'm just going to have some water and we will continue. Oh my goodness, I'm going to... Just a little bit more. I do not like to be drinking when I'm on camera, but I don't want to be coughing either. Anyway, so that's what we're going to be making. Now, I've already cut mine out. I've already chosen my papers because I chose scraps from my desk from journals that I have been working on. And this kit, I decided to use the same papers. I was going to mix them all up and use like tea stained and all of that to do, you know, to cover up all. Because what we're going to do is we're going to cover all of those sections I showed you. Okay, it was right here. What did I do with it? It was right here. Oh, yeah. So we're going to now take and we're going to put pieces here, 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 and here. Here, 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 and here. Now, it was very simple to do with this one because all I did was I went into the Graphic Fairies and I chose bookmarks. That's what all these are. So if you're a Graphic Fairies member, just go in and choose some bookmarks that you like because that's what those are. And then, you know, of course, me, I always have to do, you know, the paper or, you know, book page or whatever underneath, which you don't have to do. So, yeah. And by all means, if you wanted to put this on cardstock and then cover it like I did, she did not. She just put it on cardstock. I put it on, this is file folder. I always use file folder. It's less expensive. And yeah, so that's it. So these pieces measure, and I just tore them, so let's see. They are, let me get one that's exactly right because actually they're all going to be, well, yeah, they should all be the same. So, yeah, they should all be the same because we're putting in there the same. Yeah, so they're going to be about, this is a little teeny tiny bit wide, just a teeny tiny bit. So it's like, let me get this one. It's about 2 1/8 by 2 1/8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, of course. So 2 1/8 wide by 6 inches long, which is about the size of a bookmark. So 2 1/8 by 7. I should write that down just so that we remember. I only have 700 pencils and pens. So the inside pieces are 2 1/8 wide by 7. So that's each piece, and you need 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then your little booklets are 7 long by 4 wide, folded, and then you'll fold. Okay, and those are the signatures. Okay, so the pieces that go in here for each section are a circle. Where did I put 2 1/2? No, it's not 2 1/2. It's 2 1/8. I think you could probably get away with 2 inches wide. I bet. I bet anything that these are 2 inches wide. Let me check. Excuse me. I never really checked because I never made them without bookmarks. Actually, they are exactly 2. So 2 inches by 7. And then I just put book page under them, and some of them I didn't put anything at all. So 2 inches, or however wide you want each piece to be. I made mine each piece to fit each piece. About. I just tore them. So yeah, the bookmarks are exactly 2 by 7. So I'm gonna remember that. So 2 by 7. So 2 inches by 7 inches are the bookmarks. We'll call them bookmarks. Bookmark. And you need 8 of those. Okay? Because this is going to be called a bookmark. I don't know what it's going to be called, but a bookmark something. Because I use bookmarks. And so did she. And again, her name is, all I can remember is Magpie. Her name is Terri. She's from Gypsy Magpie, and I do not know if she has a YouTube channel because I don't know. I've just always watched her on Graphic Fairies. So anyway, now let me, sorry, my watch is talking to me. Let me just remember if I can where my pages were going to go. I think it's going to go like this. I have to do it this way, folks, or else I get all confused and put all my pages in the wrong place. I don't know about you, but this is just the easiest way for me to do things. Because then I know, okay, and I don't have to sit here forever. See, I already put that in the wrong place. That does not go there. Because there is a piece there already. So I know that goes there. Isn't this a beautiful digital? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I wonder if I have a full page. I think I do. I'll show it to you. And that's Jacqueline at, you don't have to remember her first name. Just go on Etsy and go to SouvenirdelaFrance. And I'll leave the information in the description box below to her shop. And to the name of this digital. I don't remember the name of it. But she has beautiful digitals. I get a lot of all of my book pages from her, my books from her. And I probably have all of her digitals now. So aren't they beautiful? They're just beautiful. I mean, these aren't even all the pages to this kit, and it's a very inexpensive kit. This is one of them. Is that not just gorgeous? I use this in a journal that I have just finished, but I've already mailed it out. But look at this piece here. And this piece here. These are probably her linens and laces. I have a few of these that she sent me, so I know that those are real. Made in France. I mean, you cut this out and put it on a paper. You don't know that that's not real. Same with this. Look at the staple. And that lace. And this page right here. I have a magazine from the 1800s that has an embroidery page in it that almost looks just like that. So she's given me a lot of ideas. She always does. She's great. I actually used her in, I used pieces of her in this journal. Now that I can remember it correctly, I think I did. This right here is from her kit. This blue, because I had used the blue stained paper and the tea stained paper, and there was a lot of blue in the bookmarks and the blue stained paper that I used on the outside of the file folder. But like I said, it is very heavy if you use the file folder underneath. So I suggest, I mean, we are layering quite a bit of paper, so, but anyway, my daughter's going to love it, so. Okay, so let's begin. How are you all? Did you have a great day? Let's stop right there and not get into too much of a hurry here, Cheryl. I hope you did. I did. Sort of. It was frustrating, and yeah, it was a day. We all have them, right? Now, before I glue this, no, I guess I'll wait. I'm going to glue this down first. So I'm just going to move this piece out. I'm going to open this up like this, and I'm going to glue my first piece down. I'm just going to move this over a little bit so I can just make sure I'm not right on the seam. And I'm really sorry if all these clips are bugging you. I could have used paper clips, but these clips are so handy. They just, you know, kind of hold everything together. So I'll just move those over so I can glue on my front cover. And then what I did for the other one is I glued on my front cover, then I flipped it over and I glued on all the pieces, and then I flipped it back over and I glued on the pieces. But like I said, they were easy because they were bookmarks. And all the other ones I've ever made, they were bookmarks. So it was so much easier using the bookmarks because, you know, you didn't have to cut papers or match them or do anything like that. Not that these are matching papers, but I like them, so that's all that matters. Anyway, so I have some good news. We will be starting our book, and I did choose one. But what's really exciting is I have a follower who, now friend, dear friend, Peggy. Hi, Peggy, if you're watching, who's starting a YouTube channel. Excuse me. And I thought, I wonder if she would like to join me in my book series. Because we'll be making all kinds of things. And I'll show you. I'll give you kind of an explanation tonight as to what we'll be doing. Because I know that you're probably like, what are we doing with that book? And how big of a book? And what kind of a book? Well, I'll tell you. First, let me tell you about Peggy. Because I'll forget. Because I squirrel. Oh, I have a squirrel story to tell you too. So anyway, Peggy, she had left a comment on my YouTube channel. And I thought, and you know how I always tell people, oh my gosh, have I asked you how you are today? How are you? Oh my gosh. Oh dear. And to anybody that's new here, I'm not always this crazy. Well, maybe I am. So there we go. There's our first page. So now, I guess I'll just glue on all of these. Okay? So that way, yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll remember by doing this. So, there we go. And now I can get rid of these clips so it won't drive you crazy. So anyway, Peggy is going to start a YouTube channel, and I briefly asked her yesterday because I was getting ready to lay down. I wasn't feeling well, and she was in the car, and I said, would you be interested in helping me with my, okay, let me start over. Somebody left me, I should start the whole video over. Somebody had left a comment, and I thought, who is this? Because I always ask people, if, you know, you're new, leave your YouTube channel below so that I can follow you. And so there was a new YouTube channel. I thought, oh, how exciting, you know? So I went looking for the person, and I was like, what? Peggy? And so I went back, I'm like, Peggy, you're starting a new YouTube channel? Because she didn't have any videos or anything. And so then I went to, you know, because I'm behind on my comments, guys, and I'm really sorry. I'm catching up, I promise. So and then I went to the next, you know, after I finished those comments, I went to the next, and sure enough, it said, it was Peggy, and she said, it was that YouTube channel again, and she said, it's Peggy, in case you didn't notice my tiny little photo. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I messaged her and I'm like, okay, I'm so confused. Are you starting a YouTube channel? I was so excited I could barely type. I know it sounds really silly, but I get excited when people start YouTube channels. And I get excited when I follow new YouTube channels because I get to make more friends. So, not that they want me to be their friend. I just get excited. Where did this go, guys? You're going to have to help me out because now I forget. I think it goes here. Whether it does or not, it's going here. I think it might be a little bit too wide, but we'll make it fit. Because like I said, I kind of just tore these willy-nilly. So anyway, she said yes, she was starting a new YouTube channel, and I started thinking about the book series and how fun it would be to have a couple of channels to visit while we make it. And you could make some of the things she makes for the pages, and I could make some of the pages, and if anybody else wants to join in and make some things for the pages, it would be so fun. And she agreed, and I'm so excited. So I didn't get a chance to talk to her today, so she may have changed her mind. She may be watching this video and saying, all right, no. She's crazy. But I'm not really crazy. You can ask my friends, and they'll tell you. I'm just in a happy mood, I guess. So I'm really happy to announce that Peggy will be joining me in our book series. And I'm really excited about getting started on it. We won't be starting the very, very 1st of June. Peggy does have exchange students that are going back, I'm pretty sure from Japan, and I might be wrong because we used to do Japan, but I'm pretty sure it's Japan. And I just have to get a paper towel here to wipe this glue. So in any event, it'll be probably the 2nd week in June. I forgot Memorial Day, my daughter's birthday, her anniversary. Oh my goodness, it's just been, yeah, I just can't even believe we're at the end of May. Like, it's almost June, guys. And I was thinking too today when I was going through my inspiration boxes, oh my gosh, because I ran into my Christmas in July that I had done. I'm in a collaboration this month in June with Rach and Bella Crafts, and I am so far behind. I don't even know if they've announced the collaboration or what it's about, so I'm not going to say what it's about because I don't know. But I am in a collaboration with Rach and Bella Crafts. It's going to be fabulous. I'm looking forward to it. And so, yeah, I'm thinking, oh, I've got plenty of time. It's not till June. John said it was Memorial Day this weekend, and I thought, what? Oh, dear. So, yeah. And then, yesterday I was watching Carol Laws. If you don't watch her, you need to. Her name is Carol Laws. Just type in YouTube, Carol Laws. And Denise, you know her. Denise is another good friend on YouTube. You're all so wonderful. And, oh, Marnell, I have a question. Do they have a YouTube? Not a YouTube. Do they have Dollar Tree in Canada? Or if any of you are from Canada. I know, Lenore, you're from Canada. If you're watching, you could probably tell me. Because they have scrap paper. Not that any of us need scrap paper, but they do have packages of scrap paper. And I found out yesterday, I've bypassed those scrap papers like 1,000 times because who needs scrap paper, right? It's handmade paper. So you need to not walk, but run to your Dollar Tree and pick some up, because the front of it, the page kind of looks like glitter, and it just looks like a bunch of scraps thrown in there. There was some pieces that a friend of mine got that literally had flowers and leaves pressed in the paper. Like, do you know how many times I've tried to do that with my handmade paper and haven't been able to accomplish it? So I think it's cutoffs from something. I don't know. But it's great. So don't walk, run. I was going to go today, and then my husband was like, I've been out and back. And I'm like, well, where was I? He said, you were out back picking lavender. I'm like, oh, dang. I want wanted to go to Dollar Tree. He's like, good, I'm glad you are out back. He does not like the Dollar Tree. He waits, well, he actually goes and gets some coffee, and then he comes back and gets me. So I have to really hurry, and I hate it. Because, you know, I can't drive yet. He's afraid that when I can start driving again with my eyes, you know, because I have my surgery coming up in June. And he's so afraid. He's like, oh, Lord. I'll be going to Dollar Tree every day to get handmade paper. Oh, and they have new file folders, too. They're much heavier than the file folders that I have too many of. Because every time I go, I pick up another package. But now they have like different colored ones. And I think I was just saying in a YouTube video the other day that, you know, they need to get different colored file folders. Well, they have them and they're much more sturdy. Their packaging has become really good too. So I'm just trimming off my ends because, like I said, I was real willy-nilly about cutting it. So, okay, so we covered Peggy. We talked about Carol Laws, and the reason why I said that is because yesterday I was watching her, and I really needed to laugh because I had gotten some bad news and about a friend of ours, and it's just, yeah, I mean, it's been one person after the other that's either gotten very sick and is very close. He's my age, and so is she. She was my first, very, very first mommy friend. She lived next door to me and to John and I, and we had our first 3 children together. She had 3 boys, and I had Julie, Jason, and Nicole. So anyway, they played together, and then we moved, and they moved near us, and anyway, the kids grew up together, and what have you. And her husband, I mean, he's as fit as a fiddle. He had 3 heart attacks. He had 1 at home, 1 in the ambulance, and 1 in the ER. And they could not believe they were able to stent his heart and put a couple of stents in. They couldn't believe they saved his life. They said it was nothing but a miracle. He was set up to have some tests done. And now this man goes to the gym. He eats well. He's always been always gone to the gym. And so yeah, he's not doing well. He's on he's intubated again. He's got congestive heart failure. It's just terrible. And like I said, he's 67. Yeah, he's my age. So, and Kathy's already had 3 heart attacks, and her mom and 2 of her sisters died from heart failure, from heart attacks. So, it's just awful. So, it's been, I've been talking back and forth with her. It happened Tuesday, and so for 2 days, we've been back and forth because he was good, and then bam, not good, and then he was good, and now he's not good at all. So, and they're in Indiana now. They were in Ohio when we moved to Florida. He worked for Procter & Gamble, and they moved from Massachusetts, and I'm just going to leave that little white space there. That's part of the, is that part of the paper? No, it's actually part of the other piece, so I will cut that off. So anyway, back to Carol Laws. I was watching her yesterday because I really needed to just relax, and I was watching her on TV, but I had my iPad next to me just in case I, wanted to comment. Or I always try to like people's videos at least. And she was like, folks, do you have any idea what I'm doing? Because I don't have a Scooby-Doo. I just like, oh dear. And then I left her and went over to Corey Damon, who I'm sure you all know. She is the scrap queen of YouTube. She just is great. She's taught me so much. She actually has a squirrel on her desk. And I always squirrel. I squirrel on video. I squirrel off video. I'll be talking to my husband and I'll be like, oh, so anyway, Rachel, blah, 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 blah. And then Carol said, and he's like, you just talked about 8 people in about 10 minutes. So, I have no idea where I'm putting these, folks. I don't have a Scooby-Doo. Oh, Carol, I absolutely adore you. They are going to France. Carol and her husband are going to France. They're bringing their dog. They live in the UK. And, somewhere. I don't remember. And they're going to France somewhere for a month. They know they're going to Normandy. Her dad was in the Navy and he was there during D-Day. And I just want to make sure that's in the right place. I hope you all know what I'm doing here. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I don't think I have to tell you, putting one here, putting one there, and just putting them all where you want. I'm sure everybody will just fast forward through this because I'm just gabbing. Oh dear. Anyway. So her dad was in the Navy. So they're going to France for that. They've been before, but this time they have a purpose. He does reenactment, so he wants to visit the beach. Normandy Beach, and then they'll travel around France, and they'll be taking their pup with them. 13 years old. They take their pup. They've never kenneled their pup. We've never kenneled ours. We've been fortunate enough that we never have had to, but I just adore her. I love watching her because she's real. She's just real. And then Corey, she literally, I'm not kidding, guys, she has a squirrel on her desk. Sometimes she doesn't bring him out, but yesterday she had him out because she was squirreling. She was squirreling. Oh my goodness, I don't know. And oh my gosh, she makes the best things. I always have to have a notebook when I'm watching her because, and then never, ever, ever can I make exactly what she's made. Never. Because she takes like a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and she makes what this person makes, and she gets, and she says, well, and then I decided to put this here, and see, now that, you know how that like kind of goes up like that? That doesn't bother me. I kind of like that look. I would have done it anyway. I just think it looks like the paper is like real antique paper. So I kind of like that. So, I don't mind if it does that. If it bothers you, make sure that you cut your pieces exactly 2 inches wide. Now, for this, I have to be careful because I do want to match up her dress. Because I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's crap. I saw that dress. I was like, okay, let's cut that up. I didn't do this on purpose. It was a scrap. All of these are scraps. I have a ton of scraps. So I did pick a book. It's right here. It's 9.5 inches long by 6 inches wide. It's got a 1-inch spine. It was a Dollar Tree book, and it's got 250 pages. Do not take the pages out of the book. When we start, we're going to glue 4 pages together, and that's it. And then we're going to start. And then we're going to do things like For example, you know how we made this, or if you follow me, we made this on video the other day. So we'll probably take, say, these 2 pages, and maybe we'll do like, I'm just giving you an idea. Maybe we'd do something like this. Keep this for writing. Put this like here, right? I'm just giving you an example. I'm making this up as I go along. I just grabbed this and decided to fold down the page. But maybe we'd do something like this on this page. And then this would flip out like this. You know what I mean? So we'll be taking pieces that we'll be making, and we'll be building a book for ourselves. And it'll be like sort of like a memory book. We'll be leaving pages blank. We'll be covering pages with different artwork, magazines, book pages, children's books. I have a whole list that I'll be giving you. And this is about the size book you want. Now, I just took the cover of the book and I flipped it and I taped it down so that, because I don't know what I want to do for my cover yet. And I don't want it to get all dirty, because I might just leave it the way it is because I really like the cover. So anyway, and choose a book that you're not so worried about the words. I did. I mean, this is about emotional health and things like that. It's by a Christian author, so I know that, you know, it's a good book, but I did get it at the Dollar Tree. I put $1.25 because Dollar Tree has gone up on their books, but I have probably about 10 Dollar Tree books, all different sizes, and then I have other Dollar Tree books that I actually use as, you know, I use like the artwork and the pages out of them all the time. So you want to get some magazines, you want to get some book pages, envelopes, napkins, watercolors, acrylics. And I have like this little thing that I wrote up as to what we're going to do and why and what it's going to be called. And it's going to be really fun, I think. And we're going to be using we're going to be using a book to make it. So you don't have to tie in signatures. You can work on it as you go. You know, we're not going to have any real rules. I thought maybe I'd do like 1 or 2 videos a week with it. And then maybe Peggy could do 1 or 2 or as many as she'd like to do with it. And then if anybody else wants to do a video and make something for a page, and you know, we could just all follow each other. And I don't know, I just thought it would be a good way to follow each other and kind of just, I don't know, make things that other people make, you know, and put inside of our little books. I don't know. When I saw Peggy was starting a channel, I thought, well, 1, it would really help her out, because then you would be following me and then you could follow her, so it would give her subscribers, which, you know, obviously she's going to want to have. I mean, I know when I began, I felt kind of silly talking to myself, although I wasn't, because I did get subscribers, a few, you know, friends and family. I thought that would be about all I'd ever get. And I'm so appreciative of all of you. You know I love you all. Like, every time I get a message or a comment from you, I read those and I respond to those. It's not just, you know, I don't just, you know, sometimes I can only give a heart, especially if it's been a while. You know, when my daughter was injured, I wasn't even paying attention. I had to go back and like way back and just read those comments, and then I'd have to put it away and then read them and then put it away and then try to comment. And finally I just had to start reading and giving hearts to some people. And you know, because it was just, I mean, one video I got like 500 comments. I couldn't possibly answer every single one, and I felt so bad. So I'm just gonna put this here. I don't even know if this was gonna go here. Yes, it was, because I had to match her dress. See, that's why I clip everything together. Boy, am I chatty today. I think that's all I had to say. I already told Lori I was mad at her. I was going to text her or message her, and then I just ran out of time. I was so frustrated with my phone. Do you ever get that way where it's like, I have to figure this out. I can't make another move. I can't think. I can't talk. I can't speak. And then finally I said to John, oh my gosh, when I finally figured it all out and fixed it, I literally had to go on YouTube. Because forget calling Apple, because they just, you know, they tell you what to do, but it's like they go a million miles an hour and they don't give you a chance to talk or think. Or what had happened was I was deleting my videos and my photos, but when you do that, you have to go someplace and delete all. Like, take it all out of your trash and get rid of it all. Well, I never did that. So, anyway, it's a story. You don't really probably care about my awful day. Oh, dear. Oh, Leslie. Does anybody here watch Leslie at 507 Willow House? Are you her girlfriend? I am. I wouldn't know what to do without her. Now, here's my quandary. Do I fold this back to kind of bring this in? Or do I tear it off? That is a $7,000 question. Oh no, I can't go that high. How about a Happy Meal? Not a Happy Meal as in McDonald's. Like a Happy Meal, like I'd send you something if you could just tell me what to do with this piece. I really didn't think I'd end up with a piece, so I should cut it off. I will. So I'm just going to take my ruler and cut that off because I didn't mean to have an extra piece and it's kind of wonky anyway. So I'll just tear that off. And it's really nice and sturdy, guys. I mean, it's perfect. It's so adorable. It's easy to make. How far are we? Oh gosh. All right, I'll hurry up. I'm sorry. I really have been going on and on, haven't I? I'm going to go through some Happy Meals tomorrow that I received. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was only teasing Lori about never doing that again, but I meant don't make me cry like that again. And to anybody that's new here, if you do have a YouTube channel, please, please, I really do mean it, leave it in the description box below because I really want to follow you too. I've met so many wonderful people. I wouldn't know any of you without YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. Well, Facebook I don't go on very often. I do to post once in a while. But, and then of course to, you know, my groups that I'm in, which I've got to really get in and say hi to everybody. I try. Plus, I love to get inspired by them. I mean, gosh, the groups are great because you get so much inspiration from the things that they make. You know, the people that don't have YouTube channels. I mean, Instagram, oh my gosh, I get so much inspiration from people's pictures on Instagram. Then it's like, ooh, do they have a YouTube channel? And they don't. And it's like, oh, then I have to really look at what they made so I can try and figure it out. But I always give them credit too because, you know, even if they don't have a YouTube channel, you know, it's so important. Cite your work. You know, even if it's not something exactly like somebody else made, or if you don't remember, write it down in a notebook if you're a YouTube person. Don't say, you know, well, I saw this on so-and-so's channel, you know, or I saw this a while ago. I don't remember her name. Well, write it down. I don't remember anything. That's why I keep a notebook. So this is how it's going to fold up. I hope you're paying attention because I never gave you one instruction tonight. I don't think I had to. All I was doing was gluing. And I love it. I really love how it came out. What do you think? And that's the back. And I really, really love it. So now all we're going to do is tie in the signatures. And what I'll do is I'll tie in one signature because it is late. I'm going to put a little hole here, and I'll put the grommet in afterwards. But I just want to make sure I'm at, you know, the middle, and I don't have anything there. I don't have it closed because I don't want to put in another ribbon. I mean, I did that a long time ago. I didn't do it to the others I made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. Oh, good. Okay, so I'm just going to do it on my biggest one. And I'm just going to put a grommet right about there. Okay, and that's where my grommet will go for my ribbon. And then what you can do is fold it up like this, put your grommet in, then tie it around and, you know, tie a bow here. You don't have to do it the way I did it. You could just tie it around and then just tuck it under. So, and I will sew in one of the signatures. So you can see how I do that because I have my thread and I have my ribbon. So I'm going to put one signature here, which I think that will look good. Well, let me see both signatures first. Yeah, I don't want her with that because that would look kind of funny. So I'm going to put one signature here and one signature here. Because the other times, well, it doesn't matter where you put your signatures. You can put them anywhere you want. But I do know that the first signature is going to go here. So all you're going to do is fit it in. Make sure your pages are even, which mine are. And then I like to take a ruler, especially when I'm doing it this way. And this signature tie-in is very simple. You're just going to place it here. And you only, I mean, I'm just using embroidery floss because it's not very thick. I am going to clip it though, here, so I can make sure that it's right. And I'll clip it here. And I'm just going to tie it in. So I have some embroidery floss already threaded, and I didn't take it off because I really don't like to waste it. I know a lot of people don't mind. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball and go in the middle here like this, and then I'm going to go about here. And you could punch a hole here and here and just do one string. You could do that. You could do a hole here and here and tie it here like Rachel does on Roxy Creations and make sort of a, I mean, you could tie this in any way that you wanted. But the beauty of this is, and you know, the other ones that I've made, and I have made this on camera before, I'm pretty sure. It may have been with tags, but I know I've done something similar. Now you're going to go down, all the way down here to the bottom. I'm sure you know how to do this anyway, but I just thought for those that are new, I would do it for you. So you go all the way down there, and then you're going to go back up here. Isn't this adorable? You could make this with postcards. I mean, you could make this with tags. You could make this with anything. Anything. You could leave the paper 8.5 by 11 and just cover it with paper the same way. Just make sure you're getting in the same hole on the other side of the string. Pull it up. And now I can take this out and not waste any string by simply pulling that up this way. Now, if I were doing a journal, obviously I wouldn't do it this way. I would do the 1, 2, 3, I'd measure it. But because this is only 3 pages, but you still get 9 writing pages. 3, no, you get 11, I think. I don't know. I'm not good at math. So now all you're going to do, let me take this out of here. Now all you're going to do is pull this tight. Hold on. Now that, don't pull that out. Just don't want to waste any thread. I guess I am. Oh dear. Okay, pull this. I guess measuring your thread would be a good thing. Yeah, don't do as I do, yeah. Don't do as I say. Okay. So now we're just going to tie that. Make sure that it's nice and snug and pull it. And then I always knot it. You know, do a knot. And you can leave them long if you wanted to put a charm or something on. I'm not going to. So I'm just going to trim it there and here. And I'll put the second signature in off camera. But I just want to show you. I'll probably put the other signature in over here. No, I might put it in here. Yeah. So then all it's going to do now is you've got a signature here. And then your other one will go in here like this, right? And then I'll just do some pockets or something there. Maybe a pocket here. I didn't in the other one because it was really bulky and heavy, but this one isn't. So I'm going to do, so I'll tie the signature in here like so, and then you'll just fold it and fold it and fold it, and there you have a sweet little bookmark. 7 by, it comes out to about 7 by 3.5. Yeah, 7 by 3.5. It's adorable. And lots of room, lots of writing space. I mean, you can put little pockets, tags, you know, dress it up a little bit. It's just darling. And you can use any papers, which is what I wanted to really impress upon you. I did not want to use the bookmarks. I mean, there's thousands of bookmarks on Graphic Fairies. I did not want to use those because what if you didn't have any bookmarks? But you might. I mean, and you might belong to Graphic Fairies. If you don't belong to Graphic Fairies, that's fine. Google Graphic Fairies and sign up for their newsletter. And every single week, you will get free images and lots of different things. You don't have to be a member. I was only a member because I was taking classes and getting digitals because I didn't really know about Etsy and all of that. So, yeah. And I was spending hours and hours and hours on public domains on the website, you know, different places like, you know, the public libraries and things like that. I might put lace on this, I might not. I probably won't because I think this embroidery here would take away from it. And I just love that page. So likely I will not add lace to this where I did to this one. So, and like I said, if you do belong to Graphic Fairies, go on. They have lots and lots and lots of bookmarks. But, and if you would like, just before we leave, again, here are your measurements. So 7 by 9.5, 7 by 9.5, score 2 1/4, 2 3/8, 2 1/2. Your bookmarks are 2 inches wide by 7 inches long, and your signatures are 7 inches long by 4 inches wide. Fold them in half. And that is your bookmark journal something. I don't know. You'll see it in the description box below or somewhere in the picture or someplace. I just hope you'll join me. So until next time, be well, be kind, and God bless. I love y'all. Sorry for my goofiness, but it's just who I am. It's me. Love y'all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.